Welcome everybody to another exciting, crazy day of the Vamp Show. Wow. Okay, so what do we have going on here? We just finished out a new day. Listen, my EOS targets have been great. I did really good hitting my EOS target. Um, I did really good with that. My Litecoin target now, listen, my Litecoin target got away from me. Definitely, I thought we were going to go up and then fall out somewhere at the 618 up here. No, it kept going past the 786, and then we pegged the 88 just perfectly. Came up here, pegged on the 88. Now, here's what I don't really like about this. If you pull, and I've been saying this the whole time, Litecoin has definitely been leading the way. So Litecoin has been leading the charge here. And I have just been waiting. I've been looking, okay, where can I get an opportunity to short this, right? Now, if you take a look at the 12-hour chart here, you've got three white soldiers marching up. So this is very bullish right here, right? You got very, very bullish. Over here on the 4-hour, it was funny because we were marching up on this 4-hour candle. When we hit this 4-hour candle right here, back in our chat, this is called the Marabouzel candle. Let me bring that up for you guys real quick. So in our Vamp charts, in our VIP group, I said, hey, look, there, oh, where the heck did it go? There we go. So I said, hey, look, that's a Marabouzel candle. Marabouzel, whatever. So hold on a second here. And there you go. So right here, see this candle right here? This is a Marabouzel candle. This is a very, very bullish candle, right? So I said, hey, this is a closed out a Marabouzel candle right here. This is a super bullish candle, and this was a continuation pattern, and we kind of knew this was going to keep going right here. Right now, if you were watching this in the members area, I was like, all right, this thing is just going to keep going. And all I was doing is I was just watching it. After it hit that Marabouzel candle, I was just saying, hey, we're going to hit the top of the wedge, right? And I said, we're going to hit the 188 fib. So we hit the 188 fib. Right, and I said this is going to run to the 66. Right now, this ran past it, ran all the way up here. We got all the way up to 67, almost $68. I mean, we got almost to 68 bucks. Right, so now you've flipped a lot of this resistance has been flipped to support here. Right, and I've been kind of chasing this puppy up. Now, if you look on your Litecoin, which I say is kind of leading the herd right here, right? If you're watching Litecoin, it's kind of leading the herd. Now, what I did is I posted up this great chart on Litecoin right here. And this chart shows this 200 MA. Here's your 200 MA as it's coming down and down and down and down right here. Now, this is on your 4-hour chart, right? And every time, look, we pierced it bigger here and a little bit smaller and a little bit smaller. And now we're all the way down here, right? And we're just pushed through we just pushed through the 200 right here for the first time, and we're actually parked up on top of it, right? So this is actually a good thing. And then there you go. See, here's a little past view. Here's where we're at right now. And then I was just saying, hey, this is kind of where we're going. This is kind of where we're expecting to head. Now, once we just kept running with this puppy, I had to step on the brakes, and I had to say, hey, okay, I need to really dig into this chart to find out where this thing is going to run. Now, I still think Litecoin is going higher. I think this is going to reset, and then it's going to punch up one more time, right? I think we're going to have another push up. So that retrace could go all the way up to 71 bucks. I still feel that this thing could go all the way up to $71 here with one more little push. And if you came over, one of the things we were watching is on the 12-hour chart, right? And I was charting this thing out perfect, and I just posted it on my Twitter feed. Is here in the members area. This is kind of what I was watching. I was watching this to pull a short. So I said, hey, I'm just waiting and waiting and waiting to pull a short here, right? Which I did. I did get into a small short trade, and I'm into a short right now, and I was watching it, and I was watching this wedge line. And, if you were in the group, you guys know that I was posting up all these wedges, and here it is. Right, here's the break, and it actually kind of was peeking through right there. I had my top wedge. And then here it was, and you get a little zoomer, and we're kind of over and pulled back. That's actually when it pulled back. And then right here, you can see, boom, this turned all the way around. So this line was way up here. We're all up to 67, and it kicked all the way back around. So you, unfortunately, you can't see the shadow action of this, but you can only see it in my saved charts. As I was watching this, this trend right here. It did get rejected. Now, what I would be looking for is a continuation in this wedge here, and or the possibility of this coming down and testing the bottom of the wedge, right? I mean, this is really it. I'm watching this wedge line here. It's pretty simple, so we're just going to kind of throw a triangle on this. So I'm going to throw a triangle on this, right? And we're going to call it right here. Right, so I'm looking for this triangle to get broken, right? This would be my bullish trigger. And then I'm looking for my bearish trade to go bearish on this thing right here, right? So I'm looking now, if this breaks up over, and this, remember, this can be, you know, like this. It doesn't just have to stay in this wedge. It can break out over this wedge at any time. But using this top wedge line, using this wedge channel, this rising wedge channel that we have right here, this is kind of how I'm playing my trade out. And this is what I'm basing my short on. I'm basing my short on this holding in here. And I can see this still coming down. Now, just this is a pretty easy trade right here. What you're going to come down is you're going to come down under RSI, and you're just going to start finding your resistance. If you're going to start using your RSI channel here, you're going to look for some support. Support right here. You're going to look for this to have some support there. Let's see where else we had our support. Right here. Right, oh, same place. So it's the same place, and it doesn't help us. A little lower. No, they're all down lower right there. So everything bounces a little bit lower down here, right? So, because if you come over here, so you see top head bounced lower, right? All these bounces came from here. See, here's a bounce that came. This is a little bounce, came down. There's a really good bounce right here, came up. And this is something I'm possibly looking for, some structure like this. I'm still looking for this to bounce. And this is where I'm at. I'm just looking for this. Oh, I don't need that. So let's get rid of that. So I'm looking for this to break this wedge or hold this wedge right here, right? I'm looking for this to come down. This will be the first point to test. Then you have your second point to test is going to be right here, right? Now, listen, if this thing drops straight, you understand, right? If this thing just drops straight out, just like this, you're looking for the wedge to hold, okay? So this is the key part. You're looking for this wedge to hold. So it's like this. So there's your first test for the RSI. This is going to be your second test for the RSI. And I will be looking to play this back up. So I'm going to look to play this one more time back to the top side because I think we finally found a little bit, we finally found that key resistance level up there. Now, it did hit on a 3. We do like reversals on 3s. I still am not sold that this is not gonna bounce back up. This is pretty good structure right here with these 3 candles, right? And let's go and kind of march through our timelines. Our daily. Now take a look at our daily red 9 right here. Now this daily red 9 can bleed a lot, right? This thing can bleed out. And so let's start looking at where our support is on our MAs. So if we're looking at support using our moving averages, right? There's the one right there, right? Which we've already got that one marked. Look, there's already a support line. It's right here. So we've already got that support line marked. So there's that. Let's check out the 2-day. No help on the 2-day. 2-day super deep. Don't see any crosses on anything. Right, 3-day. No help. Not a new candle. So it looks like a brand new candle on the 2-day right there. So we do have a brand new 2-day candle. Your support is all the way down to $60. I'm just not sure it's going to go all the way down to 60 bucks. I think we have too much in the way of that. Let's pulse back to the weekly. Nope. That doesn't help us. Let's go back to the 12-hour. 62. Did have a cross, a couple last candle. No help here. Now you got a great shooting star on that 6-hour candle, right? You got a great shooting star on the 6-hour. We're still under that 200 MA. So on the top side of this 200 MAs, you got 69, 70 bucks. So you have $70 for a top side right there on there. Let's go. There's $70. And let's go here. And man, just all stacked. So there is, so this is, now you've got a couple things here that are stacked up here, right, on your, and let me bring this down. Let me pull this here. Give me 1 second. Sorry, here we go. All right, so listen, if you pull this down, you see this blue line right here, right? Here's your trend line. Now you need to set up your trend line right here. So you got this to there to all the way down here. Just follow this trend all the way down, right? And this is kind of what I'm looking for some wick action here. I'm looking for this to wick, and then that does a lot of great things. That actually runs into a lot of really good fibs for me. And I've always said that this is kind of this is where this is the baby that's leading. This is the old lady that's leading the big dog, right? So look, if you come down, so we'd be looking to retest. Now remember, things are going to move lower, so you're going to have to adjust your lines as you go, because this resistance is going to start dropping. It could get down here, you know, $68, whatever. It's going to just keep dropping down in here. But the longer this takes, and your top side is, you're going to be looking for this wedge line, right? So you're going to be looking to make contact with this top side wedge here, whether it's a wick out or whatever it is. This is kind of, so if you're doing it in this, let's say this thing just takes off right now, or if this thing just blasted off right now, you'd be looking all the way up here to 75, 76 bucks to make contact with a wedge. There's your, now the good look for us for a top side right here would be right in this range right here. Right, this is where I'm going to get rid of this one. Is this area right up here in this $71, $72. Now you've got a bunch of fib lines right here. You've got a historical resistance line. You see the dotted red line that comes across, right? So there's historical resistance there. You then have got your 0.50, your 0.236. Now this is on your extended fib line and on your fib line from the top to bottom. So if you go ahead and stretch your fibs out, right? If you stretch your fibs out, from right here at the top to right here at the bottom, and then you pull this back. Now you can kind of track down. There's you're coming up here on your 326. And there you go. So there was your 328. So you came right up, and let's pull that up. Where is that? Give me 1 second here. Where is that? This is it. It's locked. Kind of stretch it out. There it is. There it is right there. So look at this. You came up absolutely perfect, right? And you're stuck right on the 382. Right, you're stuck. Your body closed on the 382. You punch through to your extended fib to the 0.88. That's where you wicked out at. But look at that. Your body just got shut down right there. Now you need to come on over, and we need to throw a new fib line on this puppy. So we're gonna do a new fib on a retracement fib, and we're gonna go from. Dig in here. Come here. Where you at? Okay, we're going to call this the bottom right here. There you go. Okay, so here's your 382. Here's your 50. Now, a lot of this is going to be, you're going to come down here, and there's a lot of moving averages right in this area. So I'm looking for this to drop down here. You're either going to hit one or two of these. I think it's going to be a lot harder. It's going to be hard to get down here below. Now, it could test this line. It could get down here and test this wedge line, right? So we're going to extend this wedge line up. There's our wedge line. I'm not so squishy on this wedge line. We might kind of move it. Remember, when you change the timelines on your wedge line, kind of changes. So it's kind of like that. There you go. So you could, if this came down now, you'd be looking to test this. Be looking to test right here, the 618. So your 618 is going to come down here and crash right into this moving average line, right? So we are getting a little pullback here. Getting a nice little pullback. Okay, so that's good. Let's take a look. Okay, good. All right, how can I bring this damn thing over? Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay, so there's my short I'm in right there, right? This is my short. I used a 7 leverage on a half a BTC, and this is kind of where we're at. I'm at 6% up on this trade right now. This is using 1 Fox. Wish I would have got it a little bit higher. So this is kind of where I'm at. There's my trade. Sorry. Oh, where'd my stuff go? Oh, there we are. Okay, sorry. Okay, so this is, I'm doing okay in this trade so far. I mean, I'm doing all right on this little trade right here. Let's just see. Okay, so there is our calls. I'm going to get rid of some of these arrows here. So great bottom. It just got away from me. So I called the bottom good. I called the bottom good. Man, I called the bottom great here. I didn't expect it to run up this high. I mean, this thing had a lot of legs, and I know, my target for BTC, guys, is still higher, right? My target for BTC is still higher. This would correlate with my top target for BTC, right? And this is, I still think that this is going to correlate, right? Oh, Jesus Lord. Correlate with my BTC target of 63.50 to 74.50. All right. So I think this or this one, and it's hard, right? It's hard to tell, but I think this can still bounce down and then bounce back up. It's all going to depend on how far this retraces here, right? And it's just got to hold the wedge. If I'm going for my top targets, this has got to hold my wedge right here, okay? And we're going to move BTC over. Let's take a look at our ETH real quick. All right, so there's ETH. Now I've got a whole bunch of funky drawings on here. All right, let's get rid of that wedge line. So we could probably scoot this down and do a candle thing. Maybe. Nope, doesn't look good. Yeah, no, I don't like this. So ETH is really kind of, I called this down and I called the back up. I called the bounce back up. This is my top target, right? There's my ETH, my top target. And then here would be, so you had your lower wedge, you had your second action wedge. So this wedge is now your new wedge, right? So you're gonna have to adjust this. You're just gonna pull this off here. Now this is making a pretty big symmetrical triangle. Now if I'm looking at this is just making a big ABC here, right? This looks like a big. It's just all this is doing is making a big A, B, C, and it's gonna come back up here and hit my target and test the wedge, right? It's kind of hard to see if this maybe could have been the ABC. So what we would do in that case is, and I still am not convinced, but we're going to do this. We're going to pull this from here to here, right? And now there's our counter wedge. So we now have 2 counter wedge targets for the bounce. So if this comes down, we could see a bounce to here or a bounce to here. I still was targeting 305 to 307. There's my target right there, and just didn't quite make it. We stuck at 302.66, right? So that was that. All right, let's move this over here. Give me a second. Let me bring up my BTC charts. Okay, all right, here we go. All right, so here's my Bitcoin big channel chart. So this is our big channel chart. Now, on the 6 hour, great shooting star candle. Super awesome shooting star candle. Now, I called 67.42 as my bottom, right? I called this as the heavy support line. I called the bounce off the wedge right here. So I did miss this lower line, completely missed it. I was definitely off. I missed this lower line by a lot. I would say a lot. I would say 93 points. So I did miss this by a lot. This is not a very good call. I mean, I like to be a lot closer to this. I like to be a lot closer than 90 points, and this is way off. This is a bad call. I did expect for this to fall lower. Now this did take off on us, so that means we have to adjust our wedge, right? So I had to adjust my wedge line. So now I've got a brand new wedge. So there's my wedge that goes up. Now, when I look at my big channel chart, right, I'm seeing good volume, nice healthy volume, right? This is great volume. You've got this good shooting star candle, right? Now on the shooting star candle, we have to decide, is this the top? Because this is really tough here. We got to look at this chart. Now we have a confirmation, 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 and this is a little bit short right here, right? And what we've done is we've turned this resistance line right here into support. So this resistance has been flipped, right? So we flipped the resistance line right into a support line. And hold on a second. Yep. So you basically came down, you flipped this resistance line into support at 70.88, and it's just begging to hold on here. And what's happening is we are testing the 4 hour. Looks like we're testing the 4 hour. We're testing the 4 hour 7 MA, right? So I had a good call, good structure, but now I am expecting this to fall out somewhere here, and this gets really challenging because we have gone pretty much. This has actually been a really good structure here. This is a really nice looking structure, and you can actually kind of get into this thing and kind of doing a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. You can pull a 5-wave structure or a big A, B, C, D, E up here, and you can get something nice and healthy. Now, this is looking more like an A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 than an A, B, C, D, E to me because we have broken out over. Now, the challenge here is, where is our top? Where can we find the top here? And this did not help me. If this would have gone up and touched the wedge top right here, I would feel really, really comfortable playing a short right here, right? I would have played really, really comfortable playing in this particular trade I'm in. And I think all I'm doing in this trade is scalping, right? Now we have to go down here and we have to start to look at these old lines that we had drawn, right? Because these old lines become relative again because they then become support, all right? So we need to start adjusting our lines across there to see where our support is. I would say the first level of support is going to be right here at the wedge. It's just going to come down. If we do make it down this far and test this, we would test the wedge. But if I were to peel into this thing, I would have to say that this structure right here looks more like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? This is kind of what this looks like to me. This looks like more of a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to me. And what you could do is you would tighten up this channel. So this channel would tighten up like this. right? I mean, it can even tighten up all the way like that. And then this would only come down here, so you wouldn't violate this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pattern. And this kind of would be what you would be, your plan would be. Your plan would be to, okay, short scalp this thing, watching for this new created wedge. And you're gonna, it's gonna be hard. I would start to play. In this case, I would play boom, boom. All right, let's move that over. Okay, let's kind of get, I just want to line this up pretty good. It's kind of tough to line this thing up though. And that's kind of the best I could do if I'm just playing candle bodies. Candle body, candle body. You did get a wick. Kind of wick through. I mean, if I was looking there here, I mean, come maybe back a little bit and then give you your final push up, right? So there you go. And I'm just going to kind of move. So here's my arrow. Great. Good job. Good call. Right? Now we're going to scoot our arrows over here. Right? We're looking for support here. So we're kind of thinking here or here. Right? And then this arrow would lead us back up to the promised land, right? This would take us up to the promised land here, where I think we have the greatest chance to really fall out, right? So playing this trade now, right? So here was our old plan, the trade, right? So bull trade entry, right? If you're playing this safe, if you're playing this channel super safe, all you're watching is you're watching this channel, right? You break out of this and it's moonsies. You break lower than this and it's trouble, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to start to adjust this now, right? So we're going to move this over to here. Right, we're going to change this. We're going to just pull this over to here. Right, we're going to get rid of this. I'm going to scoot this up right here. Right, there you go. I'm going to get rid of this. Going to get rid of this. Okay, so there you go. There's that. And then we're just going to kind of slide our triangle up. Right, because we're getting into a whole new area here. Right, we're getting into a whole new area. We're just kind of lengthening out this channel. All right, this channel is going to come to an end soon. It just has to. This channel has to come to an end. It's got to come down to a make or break channel here, right? And if you really want to kind of peel into this thing, this thing kind of runs up. You're going to run up here. So let's do this. Not with this one. Going to adjust our channel right here to something like that. Got it? All right. So there's our channel, and then that channel is going to come right to there. Okay, so now we're going to get back inside of this. Right, this is great. Look at this. This is great because we're squeezing now. This is a great squeeze. Okay, so we're going to get rid of this. I'm going to pull this over to here. Going to get rid of that. Right, going to adjust this to here. Okay. All right, and there we are. This is really good. So we got a good look now here for our trade. I want to stretch this across right here. This could always fall out a little quicker. Okay, there we go. But red arrow just doesn't want to go up there. There we go. Okay. All right, so we're going to adjust this. We're going to adjust this. Just leave that there. All right. So there we go. So this would be our new channel we're in, right? And now we're at the peak. We're going to get the pinnacle of this channel, right? We're at the pinnacle of this channel right here, and this is looking really good for a great trade, right? This is really good because we want to see this. This is the kind of stuff we want to see develop, because this is what allows us to make some really good trades really easy, right? Because now look, these wedges are tightening. This is the squeeze. The squeeze is on right here. All right, we got this great little squeeze. All right, sorry. Just trying to get all these saved. All right. BTC, big channel. All right, there we go. So, yeah, this is the low. I don't see us dropping. I see us holding this wedge here. And one more push up. And then with the what I'm seeing, okay, so let's go over. We're going to go, let's go pull. All right, so let's get over here into our chart. All right, so there's our Stoke bouncing along the top, right? So we're skipping, just doing the skipping along the top right here. Look, we broke out over our top of our chart. We're still in this big flag, though. Look at this big flag that I had right here. Still in the flag. We're going to adjust this, right? So we're going to take this. We're going to adjust this. We're going to have to adjust the channel just like we adjusted the last channel. All right, there's that. Going to make this a little bit bigger channel. We're going to go like that there. All right, so we came down. I had us going a little bit lower, looking for support. That's bad. Now, you did have a bullish cross right here between the Kaijun and the Tekken. So you did get a really good bullish cross pushing this up. Let's look and see kind of what we've got. Now, we've broken out over the top of the cloud, right? So we've got limited resistance. We've got no resistance above. All we've got is support below. All right, so for our support below, you know, it's deep. It's deep. If this thing were to just completely tank out, right, or if this thing comes up here and tanks out, you're going to be looking to come down here and find the bottom of the cloud. So now we came up, hit the first target on our on the cloud chart here, right? Got us up in and above the cloud. Let's see if we can hold this, and this is my second target, getting us up here. Still think 74.50. And there you go. And the reason I think this 74.50 is because if you look over here, you see all this? This is kind of, see all this area right here? All right, all this is previous resistance and support, which is all over here too. All right, so there we go. We got that. Now, we have just made a pretty astronomical climb all the way up here. I'm going to get rid of this because it's not going to help anyway. Well, I take it back. Let's delete that. Let's delete this. Take it back. I'm just going to continue this line up. Yes, I'm going to leave it just like this. So this inside line right here is going to also now work as my resistance, right? Because you can see I got there, right? All the way up through here. Okay, so this line is now going to start to act as my resistance. So if this comes up, right, if we're looking now, we're looking for this top side to act as resistance right here, okay? This line to act as our resistance going up. And look at how high this is getting. This is getting way up here, right? There's a lot of room right here if you're looking for a trend line resistance, okay? So for trend line resistance on this sloping angle on this trend line cutting through this this rising movement, this thing just keeps going up. That means if this line does catch a super super run, you'd look to hit something up here. Okay. All right, let's go over and see what we've got. What is this? Which chart is this? Okay. All right. All right, broke out. So here we did. We completely have broken out of the, let's make sure this wasn't a daily chart. Right. Yep. So look, we've broken out up over. So here we go. There's your top side right there. Now this is definitely a 12-hour. There we go. There's our 12-hour chart. Just way broken out. So here's where your resistance was for the 12-hour charts on your MACD. The MACD just got way blown out. We're high. I'm telling you guys, get over here. This is bullish, and our other charts are going to show us how bullish that is, right? Even though we're in this pretty crazy straight up movement right here. This is a pretty wicked movement that's just going straight up. It's pretty awesome. And let's see what we got. All right. And let me load up. Okay. Which chart is this? All right. Just some targets I had. Oh, here we go. Here we go. So here we go. All right. So this is a calls chart. Okay, so this is the flip trade chart we had set up. Now, it never made it over this, right? Never made it over this. So this bounced down here. This is the call. This is the last call I had. I had this good short. Then I had part of this long, and then I just have not found the damn freaking top here. We came down, hit bear target number 1, right? And then about 9 days to hit 7. So I had a time on this thing. I need to put the date on this, right? So 74.82. So we're looking to hit this trend line right here, right? This is our trend line. This is our BTC trend line from way up top, right? Here's our BTC trend line. So this chart is still good. Came through there, right? And there's another trend line. Let's see what we got here. Okay, there's that. There's that. Okay. All right, so here we go. So we've got multiple trend lines that we are targeting, right? So look at that. Came up, boom, hit in target number, wicked out of 1, hit target number 2, right? And then we're retesting, we're resetting back down, and I still think we're going to make another run up. And man, just a parabolic move. Right? This is just a parabolic move right here. This is gonna fall out. Look at this move. See, another parabolic move, but insane parabolic move right there. I mean, we're making a really good. This is still not looking right. I want to see this get up. I want to see this test that. Here's what we got to do. We have to test this trend line. We have to test this trend line. This is in order to break out of this, right? To get this done, we've got to get up here, and to get this confirmed whether we're truly going bull and the bear market is done. This is what's got to happen, right? You've got to break these two wedge lines. You're going to break the historical significance of these, and then you're going to be good to go, right? So let's get over here. I just want to adjust this. Just gonna pull this. I just want to make sure this is right. Unlock. There we go. Okay. Okay, there we go. Lock that up. All right, and there we are. So, you know, nothing has changed on this chart. There's nothing has changed. You know, nothing has changed. I did think we were going to drop down lower to bear target number 2. Never hit it. We only hit target number 1 and then bounced up. So, it's an older chart. We're going to save this one. Okay. What are we going to adjust on here? Okay, so now what's happening is we're slowly moving down in our targets. So if this resets, and this takes a couple days to reset, all this is going to do is it's going to keep lowering our target down. Okay, just going to keep lowering our target down. So right now, the most we could hit today if we rock start up is 7,600. You give this, say this takes a day to reset, 75.57, and so on and so forth. Just going to keep moving down here until it gets inside of the target range. All right. So we're going to save this. All right. Okay. All right. Let's bring up our EOS chart. Where's EOS? EOS. All right. You know, good calls in EOS. So I've been tracking EOS. I love, love, love this. Came up. I had the potential. This got a little bit higher. It didn't. Looks like on the 6 hour we've fallen back through the 200 MA. We haven't got a short. Got a great short call on the scalper over here. Didn't get a short call on this. And my reason I believe we didn't get a short call on this because this wouldn't be a short. I still think that this is just going to come down and retest and then launch back up. So if you're over here, you're playing EOS. Let's take a look. Let's reach inside here and dig down in EOS. So if you're playing EOS right now, listen, you're almost to the 382, right? So if you're playing EOS, you're right at the 382 right now. So you're coming down, you're just popping it right there, boom, right? So you're just going to give it a little kiss right now, right? Then I would see, now for the deepest, I don't, yeah, you know, 50618, and then I still feel one more test higher here. I still think this baby's going back up. And this would be my next target up, but I still, you know, we're going to come down here, we're going to test. Now to go super ugly deep on this thing, like your heavy resistance is going to be, you're going to have a lot of resistance right down in here. Like here's going to be your resistance block. So we're going to title, sorry, this is going to be our support. Come here. All right, lock it up. All right, so we're going to change this. This is going to be our support. So this is going to be our heavy support right here. All right. And then support 1 right here, which is testing it right now. And support 2. So this is going to be the 5-0 is going to be heavy support. And then this is going to be super heavy. All right, we'll get rid of this. And this is just going to go right here in this range right there. So get a little bouncy bounce off that. So got a nice little bounce off that. And I'm going to get rid of this. Okay, because we're playing this retrace. And still have my targets set higher. Still have my targets set higher here. Look at that, great little bounce. Look at the support too. You've got a bunch of support right below this. So there's our EOS targets set out for you. Okay. Oh. 53 EOS. All right. Wow, nice. Yeah, Trading Room has, he's in dialysis. So Trading Room has some health issues. He's had them for a while. We've talked about it. He's actually in Thailand where he gets his medical health. He gets all of his doctoring done in Thailand. So if you guys are out Thailand way, be great to go see him. Super awesome guy. Go visit him. Go give him a visit. He's actually in the hospital in Thailand. I believe he's in, I don't know if he's in Bangkok. He might be in Bumrungrad. Yeah, good guy. Really good guy. Great guy. Old school trader. Old school trader. Okay. Yeah, his lessons are super amazing. I love all of his stuff. All right, so let's pull. It's going to load one more chart up here. You know what? I have a doggy chart. Okay, let's hold on. All right, I have doggy. Don't judge me. I made a doggy chart. All right, here we go. All right, I made a doggy chart. So I looked at Doggy Coin. I was seeing a lot of people said that this thing calls the pushes really well, right? So this is Doggy Coin. Doggy Coin is here. It's the brighter one. This is BTC behind it. So I'm using the 12-hour chart on this. I could probably switch this over to a daily chart. But Doggy Coin definitely does a good job of calling the tops, right? Look, Bing called the top there. Now this did call, you'd have to line this up, right? But this did a great job of calling the top there. Doggy Coin called the top here really well. Let's see, you get it here. You know, you did a great job. Now, this also called a this wick out right here did get a good, you know, this didn't got call a top. This called a moon, right? So this run right here called a moon. This run right here called a continuation of moves. So Doggy Coin dropped out and then the price kept going. Look, Doggy Coin dropped out. The price did rebound. Okay, so you got to be careful here because it does. It gives you a little indicator that things are going bullish, right? So it goes up, and then if it drops out. Now, if it wicks out, it seems to have the pattern of a dump. So you see here's a wick. If this wicks out, it calls a dump. Wicks out, calls a dump. If this doesn't wick out and it just kind of gradually falls, this calls more of a run up, right? So look, no wick here, continue to run up right there, right? So that was good. Now this one did wick, and this had the run up after it. And now we did have another wick. So, I mean, this thing is really wicked up here. The RSI is rolling over on Doggy Coin. So just be careful. This is pretty pumpy and dumpy. It is pretty pumpy and dumpy on this coin. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I started to Just wanted to trace this thing back and see what I could see. But, you know, here kind of went all the way up. Doggy coin dropped out. And then eventually, look, doggy coin hit the bottom. And then BTC fell out. So pretty interesting. Pretty interesting, you know. Like here it is. Here's a wick. And then it died. So pretty good gauge, you know what I'm saying? So you got to be careful when doggy coin wicks out like this. It's more than 50% chance that BTC dies right there in the very near term. Okay, look, I mean, this thing wicked out and then BTC died. This thing wicked out and BTC just died. So this is a great, if people are right, this is a good little indicator right here. Doggy coin's a good little indicator. So I'm just going to keep an eye on doggy coin because if this thing does start to, if this pump does die out, man, what a great pump people got in. Good job if you made some money. Here's my 953 right now. This is a super important chart, guys. I just want to point out the relevance of this chart right here, okay? Not one time this entire year, look, not one time have you hit a bleeding up green 9. Okay, one time. Here it is. This is it. This is the only bleeding up green 9 you've hit all year, right? This kinda bled up, right? But, you know, didn't break the top. This one broke the top. This one didn't. And look at this. I mean, this definitely broke the top right here. This is the most bullish green 9 we've had all year. Okay, this is the most bullish green 9 we have had. You've got to go all the way back over here to find, you know, these green 9s that bled up, right? You got to go all the way back over here. I mean, of course, it was right here. I mean, you guys got this one. Then this just went crazy. But, yeah, like the last time you had a green 9 was that bled up, like a good run up was last year sometime back here. Okay, so watching your chart, this is a really bullish sign, right? This is a bullish sign right here of real, you know, of some bullish momentum. And I was really, this is hard to, you can't look away. This says, hey, this is really bullish. This made a nice little run. Now looking at the wick right here, okay? Now you can look at this wick two ways, right? You can look at this wick two ways. This kind of looks like a shooting star candle right here. Flat bottom. It does have the wick. If this had a little less wick, I would look at this like a Marabouzel candle, right? But it's not. This is not. If this just had a little less wick on it, I would look at this like a Marabouzel candle, right? Now this candle that opened up and is trending down, it doesn't have much of a wick at all, right? So this doesn't. It just doesn't help you much, and you're trading right here with the daily on USD. So on your daily on USD trading, the way this thing opened up, this kind of is shooting starish, right? It's kind of shooting starish a little bit here. Okay, a little bit shorter, and I would say Marabouzel. Okay, so let's go down to our 2-day candle. No help, no help on that candle on the 2-day that just closed out. 12 kind of had a little bit of a, you know, kind of had a little bit of a, the three white soldiers marching, right? So you got kind of the 3 white soldiers marching right here. You get the reset on that, then you get the pump back up. Same thing right here. This kind of could have been 3 white soldiers marching, retrace, pump back up. I still think this is bullish. I think this action right here is bullish, right? It's gonna be real tough to break down below 70. Let's get down here 7K. The 7K range gonna be super nitty gritty right down there. Okay. Then 6 hour. There's that shooting star candle. Beautiful shooting star. A lot of resistance right there. 60 70, 80, 70, 88, we already know that. That's in our other chart. 4 hours, same thing. Red 9. Now take a look at this red 9. There's that shooting star candle, right? With kind of the fallout. and you're on a red 9. Now this is an imperfected red 9 here, so we got to kind of keep an eye on it. Now this was 6, this was a 7 candle, 7 and an 8. This does not like to fall out on 7 and 8s. I don't have a lot of hope here that this puppy's going to fall out, especially we come over here. This is just bleeding tough, tough candle. You know, if this is resets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red, or 1, 2 red candles, I'm sorry, 1, 2 red numbers on the TD, and then just kick our way back up. It's got a lot to break out here. All right. Man, no way. Nope. No way it's Head and Shoulders. Nah, this thing is just blasted out. This is like super hard to make a Head and Shoulders here. A legitimate Head and Shoulders, I should say, okay? So, first of all, let's look at our trend line would have to be, right? So this is going to be a descending like this. So this is going to have to be there. You're then going to start here, there, there. Here we go. I mean, real tough to make. Oh man, I just don't. I think it's too blown out. I mean, that's tough. I mean, this thing would literally just have to do a parabolic fall like this. Real tough, right? Real tough. Not today. We're not going back to 5K today. No. Okay, and yeah, seriously, this wedge is just brutal. I mean, this is a really tough Head and Shoulders here. You know. I see this still going higher. This is gonna go higher. I'm not so sure I feel this falling out here. Now, falling down for a little while? Yeah, this thing can fall down for a while, right? This thing can come down. You know, if this thing just decided, okay, I give up, you know, I had a run, you would be like looking right there, right? 6,700 if this thing really decided to retrace on you. You know, if this thing really decided to pull a holy crap, I'm going to really retrace here, you're looking back here, back in that area. Okay. IOTA. All right, let's do IOTA. I can do IOTA. I have IOTA. All right. All right, so I counted this as an A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or an A, B, C right here. Did good. I did good. I got the bottom. I got the top. I got the bottom. And I think if you go back and you pull up my previous charts, right, I think if you go back, where's it at? Where's it at? There it is. Nope, let me find it. Give me a second here. Let me see where I got this thing. Where is this? Let me find. Sorry, guys. Let me dig this up. All right, there we go. And where are you at? All right. So here was my original IOTA call. So I had the 3 pegged here, retracing to a 4 here, pushing to a 5 there. So there's my original call if you go back in time, right? Bang. Got it. Fell down, tried to get up one more time, right? Couldn't do it. Fell down, perfect to my target. Bounced off this. Now, this is struggling here. This is a very compromised wave right here. This is a really tough wave. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here and we're going to now apply, because now we have, look, we have this top right here, right? So we can make this wedge right here, and this is really going to help us to find our next target. So we're going to go like this. And let's drop this down to 12 hours. Let's put this to a 12-hour chart. All right, there we go. Be a lot easier on a 12-hour chart. So there's that. And then we're going to go. Maybe I made this. Nope. This. That. See, the problem is this thing kicked over there. And this would have us breaking back out of the wedge. So I'm going to slide this over here. I'm going to slide this over here. I don't want to get in trouble. So I'm going to slide that right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to... Boy, I don't know how to run this. I really don't know how to run this wedge. There's two ways to run this wedge. There's one. It's a tough wedge to run right there. Okay, I'm gonna have to. This is a toughie. Let me pull a bunch of this stuff off here. Let me get this off here. Okay, let's pull. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. Okay, that doesn't help. All right, so there we go. This is good. Okay. All right, so came back. Look at this. Test perfect. Bounced. Gonna retest. Okay, so I see this. See, I see this going like this. This is why this wedge is confusing me. All right, something like this. This-ish. This-ish. Right there, maybe. See why this wedge is confusing me, because this should come down and test this. Right? This is what this should do. This should come down and test this. Then it should bounce up. Right? And that is where we're going to get kind of a next wedge. I think this is going to drop down here lower to right here before this goes up. Let me see here. It's a little freaking... I'm sorry, guys. This is a really tough wedge to draw. This is tricky. Like, this is hard. This iota chart is really difficult, right? This is tougher. It's hard to get a structure out of this. I would be safer just with Elliott on this situation here. Listen, you bounced off that. You bounced up. You should bounce down to here. This would be a possible target right here. If not, there's your support. So we're going to put this over here as support. So we're going to put this, and we're going to do this. We're going to plop that here. And give us a nice little, let's do this. Let's put a nice little circle. All right, I think it's right in here. And then we'll make this red. Okay. And there you go. Now, yeah, testing this twice. I don't know. Or yeah, the other alternative, if this wedge holds right here, and this wedge is super tough to draw. I just don't like this wedge, and we're gonna run some. I just want to see where some support is. Give me a second here. I want to see where support is. So there's nothing there. Okay, so there's support. 382, 4 hour. Yeah, see way down here. So the 4 hours a little higher. You're supporting your 4 hours kind of up in here. You got a cluster right there. The daily. Now all the way down there. So there's your daily support right there. Okay, so we're just going to shift this back over to 6 hour, and we're going to stay like this. So this is going to be tough. Either this is going to hold this line and bounce, or this is just going to be done right here. Okay, but this looks like a B, C pattern, right? That's kind of A, B, C. I don't really see, yeah, it kind of looks like an A, B, C. Here we go. Neo, 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 Neo. Oh, sorry, let me save this. People are gonna get all heartsies if I don't. Okay, this was 53. Okay, sorry, let me just do this, guys. Thank you. Okay, let's load up Neo. So let me get rid of. All right, so here's our Neo chart, right? So up, down, I had this dumping farther. Nope. Up, so okay, so we came up, we got into this target up here. Like you see your resistance, so there were your resistance levels right there. You have two resistance levels. Man, Neo is just taking a bloodbath beating. Okay, I don't know what it is about Neo, but Neo is just taking a beating this year. It is just not a happy coin, right? Neo's just not a happy coin. This could be A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm not going to change anything on Neo, right? I still think if this runs up, it's going to run up into here. Daily candle, good candle. This is a good candle. Look at this. This is a great candle. Very bearish. Called the wide belt candle. Really good, and just fell out. Same thing here. Great candle, and then they just kind of look at this one good, and then died. A little bit less, died. Right, little bit less. It's just dying. I mean, God, Neo's just. I don't know what it is about Neo, but I'm not gonna change my targets. Like $25 for Neo. I'm just going to keep this big old wide circle here. I'll throw a couple fib lines on it for you. Let me see here. Let's see what I can come up with. Yeah, let me just dig into this real quick. Let me pull back. I want to see the 2-day. Nothing. 3-day. 12-hour. Okay, so let's do this. So we're going to dig into this puppy. Let's see what we got here. All right, so let's see first of all how far these things like to retrace. So 618. So look, that one's 618. See what this one likes to retrace. Almost 618. Okay, so these like to retrace about 618, okay? So it's a pretty good pattern. So you kind of have a good pattern. So they all like to come down into this kind of range right here. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put red. So this likes to come down into this range. This is a pretty good. This is a better wedge for us to draw out though. So this is it's a little bit better wedge. Look, we can do something like that. That's good. Okay, if we want to play the bodies, we'll play the bodies like that. Right, that's good. So this is a little bit easier. Great rising wedge. Body B, C, D. Yeah, good. This is a great setup here. Boy, I'm just if I saw a top line on this thing, because I think it will take off. You know what I'm saying? I think this will take off. You're going to be playing your wedge, your top side of your wedge here. Okay. Yeah, it just looks, see, if you look at it, look at how much weaker this looks than the other coins, like your other majors. We pull wick to wick. It's almost a 1-to-1. Doesn't help. All right, so yeah, this is kind of, here you go. So you're about to test the 382. So, I mean, you can come down here, you can poke the 382, maybe get a little bit of a bounce. But then I think this would be just still down to 618 because it likes to drop down to the 618 area. And then the wedge is what you're going to test. So you're looking for a test of the wedge. All right, looking for a test of the wedge right here. And then if the wedge holds, which I think it will, that would be my target right there. All right, then you can go, just if this is your chart, now if you're drawing this chart right here and you're creating your own chart, you just kind of want to go and just do that. All right, and you're going to do this. Whoa, there we go. All right. And this is kind of what you're looking for. You got a long play, short play chart, right? So we're gonna take this baby up here. All right, and this is our long trade, short trade chart, right? Okay. And there you go. That's kind of your setups. There's your setup right here. You're in this wedge. You're looking to break the top or bottom side of the wedge right here. And I'm going to slide this down a little bit because what happens here is because this wick, You have to also be, if you know, if you go wick to wick with this thing, this does change your parameters a little bit of kind of what you're looking for. So you've kind of got two different wedges, but this also gives you a better opportunity to shoot at a larger target here on the top side. So look, if you broke this, if you came up here and you broke this, you'd be good. You'd be a nice little long scalp right here. You'd be looking for the top of this this wedge box, and or you'd be looking for the bottom of this box, because remember, the bottom of this box right here is going to offer your support, because the bottom of this box started at your last test of support. Okay, so there's kind of your setup for that. What was this? 3 Neo. Ah, look at IOTA. IOTA's holding that wedge line right there, right? It's trying to hold the wedge line. And BTC is holding the 7 MA. Okay. Ah, TRX. Ooh, I have a good TRX chart. Okay, so I'm going to save this. X. I'm going to relabel. I'm going to label this. I still think this baby's going back up into here. That box. Now, let me do one more thing with Neo. Can't even do it. I was looking to find a wedge that I could. There it is. There it is. I don't even think it'll help. I think it's not. I think it's blown out. Nope, that doesn't help. Nope. Nope, everything's blown out. Here we go. Let's try this one. Man, it's just tough because this is because it's such a steep fall. All right, just such a steep fall. And then I'm going to take this. I'm going to pick this all the way up over there. Okay. So this is your trading range, right? So you're going to have, this is going to be our top trading range. All right, so this is our Neo going ham. Right, this is our top Neo run. And there you go. Okay. Like if Neo goes ham, it's going to go there. So now you got you got good targets, you got short targets, you got long targets, you got a topside target, I think, and you got Neo if it goes Mooney. All right. Gonna save this. Okay, next. My showman skills, yeah. My showman skills are not that good. ICX, okay, let's do ICX. All right, we're gonna do, let's pull over here. Let's run into our ICX. Okay, my love and hate with this coin is so great, and I want to cry every time I look at it. This coin. All right, so listen, there was my resistance. This was kind of my last, and then I called the bottom, and then it came back up and tested the resistance again. It just can't get over this resistance. Check this out. I mean, it's look at this 200 MA holding it down right here. Let's go ahead and we're gonna let's pull some. All right, so we had a fib on this. All right, look. So this is good. So we had a fib on this. So we called the retracement. This is good, right? Came down here, got into our target, and then took off again, right? So this is great. Looks good. This is a good. This is good. Looks like it still could be. Okay, so two things. Let's watch this. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do this. So we're gonna put this little baby resistance here, and we're gonna change this. Watch for a double top. It's the first thing I see right here, right? I see a possibility of a double top right here. So it's the first thing we're gonna watch for on ICX. The 200 MA, right? So now you've got the 200 MA. So we're gonna call this number one. Number two, the 6 hour 200 MA is resistance, right? So it's very simple, very easy to see. That played out absolutely perfect. Now, you broke this, so you broke higher here. So this invalidates, so this means this was an ABC right here. There was an ABC in here. So now your other thing is that how can you count this out as an ABC or a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and or a double top, right? And this is now if this is a double top, you're going to pull a long retracement, right? If this is a double top, this is going to be ugly. It's going to come all the way back down there, right? And we're going to write that. We're going to make this line yellow, right? I'm going to make this line yellow, and I'm going to go like this, right? Target would be, just call it 60 cents. Man, what a great run up. Damn. What a great run up. Okay, so if this is a double top, that's going to be your target. It's going to be 60 cents right there, right? But look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This could be a wave 3. I mean, this looks 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This looks really good. It's a great, really pretty structure here. Like this was a super tall Swedish blonde. This is exactly what you'd be looking for, right? It's exactly what you'd be looking for. She's a beauty. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That looks good. Now, this could also be your 3, right? This could be your 3 here, right? This could be your 3, and this would be your wave. See, this would be your wave 4 to your wave 5 of your 3, like this. You know what I'm saying? That could be your wave 4 to 5, and this could be pulling like this. Something like this. And this would be that structure, and your alternative structure would be, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, perfect. Eek, eek. All right, yeah, maybe. All right, let's go hunt down some resistances on this. Oh, how I hate you, ICX. How I hate you so much. Yeah, because it's hard. 1, 2. This looks like a 3, 4, 5 possibly here. or if this is the 3, this is coming down, and this is going to come up for wave 5. So there's your double top option, kind of the same thing. Still think this is going to be... Yeah. That's what this looks like, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right there. And this would have like a bleeding right there. So let's do this. I'm going to pull into this baby. Come here. Right, it's already come back to the 382. So we're going to use some regular, just break out some regular arrows. So that's what this looks like right here. Give me 1 second. I gotta peel this back. Give me a second. 1 second. All right. Look at that. Nice. Okay. So this is good. Look at that. Came right up, hit the 382, hit it twice. Hit the 382 2 times. Okay, give me 1 second, everybody. Sorry, bad phone. Okay. So, all right, so look, on this, does the big retrace, came up, tested the 382, got knocked down once, tested the 382 a second time, got knocked down a second time. If I were to be looking at this, man, yeesh. How do you get a B out of this? How do you get a B out of this? Really tough to get a B out of this. B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, this could be the top right here, man. This could be the top. That could be a double top right there. You know, honestly, if this thing runs, this is where, you know, this is where you'd be looking for your top right there. But, oh, this isn't this one. This would be, you know, this is kind of, there's a lot of resistance right in there. So, I mean, this is your 5-0 right here. If I was looking on ICX, if this thing takes off like it should, right, if BTC takes off, this is going to be your top target. If this just is a double top and this tapped out twice on the 382, then this thing is going to just take a nosedive down to there. So this would be my, this is going to still follow BTC, right? This thing is still going to follow BTC. Tap 0.382. Fail, and then 4 is target would be $1.15. Right, so there we go. Now where would this thing drop to? Okay, give me 1 second here. I just want to do this. I want to do one more thing here. Boy, that's a tight channel. Boy, that's a tight channel right there. Right, that's a really tight channel. So there's your 382. 382, I'm going to just pull this thing off here. Let's get rid of this. Okay, so there's your 382, your next set of resistance. So I'm just going to, I want to pull this back. Hold on a second. So here would be my chart. Okay, so this would be my short. There'd be my short line. And then Okay, there we go. All right, and that's kind of what I got. Oh, TRX, 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 TRX. Yes, 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 yes. Last chart, I'm done. Got a long night tonight. Ah, there it is. This is my chart. All right, so here's my TRX chart that I've been playing. All right, there it is. Kind of similar. Look, A, B, C. Right, still running up to this resistance right here. Look, and this has been playing out real good. 1, 2, 3, 4 did great. This did retrace. Look at this puppy. Came back really good. I'm gonna get rid of this. Gonna scoot that. Look at this perfect retracement. So I'm gonna squiggle this down here, right? Great retracement. Still looking for this to go up over. Not gonna change the targets on this. Even if this retraces, I still have a higher target on this. I mean, this looks like a great wave 3, a wave 4, and just pulling up to be a wave 5. No changes on TRX. No target changes. Let's see here. So, all right. So look, there's your 5-0. So let's get all skippy. Look at this. It got rejected twice from the 382. Okay, so there's our 382. And there it is right there. Look at that. We got same thing. We got rejected twice right here in the 382 range. Still looking. There it is. There's your 5-0. Looking for the rejection way up here at 5-0. This is what I would be looking for. Look at that. That's substantial. So you got a little resistance right there. Right? And this is kind of what I see. Now, once again, this is the same thing. This has got to hold, right? So this has got to hold. This has got to hold support. If it breaks, so if it breaks lower than here, how about break this support? And you got a double top. Right, if you break this support right here, because you don't want to break this, because if this is your wave 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, going for your wave 5 up, if you break this support right here, you invalidate this 5 wave up, right? So this is still looking really sharp. This is looking great here. All right, now I'll put in one more little box. I'm just going to take this little box right here. We're going to surround our little resistance right there. We've got some good solid resistance. There's our next target. Okay, right, so let's do this. We're going to go over here. Okay, let's go here. So I'll put this, I just want to put this right here. Okay. Don't, oh, shoot, I do want that. All right. All right, now we're going to do the same thing. What we're going to do is we're going to come over here. All right, let's pull this baby up here. Let's get this down to 12-hour. Okay, nope. We could calm that. All right. Come here. Ah, same thing. All right, looks good. They're all just hitting this double top right there. Okay. So now I want to do this. Okay. All right. Are you taking Adderall? Ritalin, I need to. I need to. Uh, Good trade setups. Trying to give everybody a good trade setup. Because if it breaks the wedge, if it comes down here and snaps this wedge, right, then you got a pretty good trade setup, good short scalp. You know, you've also got your support right here, but that shows it on the other one. So you get a lot of support right in here. So you got your support in the 7MA and the wedge right there. All right. There we go. There's your trade setups. All right. Anybody have any questions? Any other questions? I think this has been a very productive session. It's been good. It's been good. Anybody got anything else? Nope. All right. And for the vamp, man, this has been good. Thank you all so much. Excellent day. Good day trading. Let's just keep trading safe out there, everybody. Okay. Just be safe. You know, there's a lots of possibilities here for what's going on. All right. Thank you all. Have a good night for the vamp. Us at Until 1 Mil. Come on over, join us. Come check out the amazing team we have. Please give me some likes in the video, and I am out.